Hi everyone. Come on, let's go for a ride together. Just have something I want to share with you. Just occurred to me that some people might have this idea that I'm some kind of super Christian. Some of you guys might think, I never have any problems and I'm just like everything's always peaches and cream and rose gardens for me. And that ain't the case at all. Just want to be transparent with y'all. Want to let you know that I do have problems. I do have struggles. From little struggles, to big struggles. Some of the little things I struggle with. I struggle with lust. I struggle with anger, having anger issues. Sometimes I struggle with coveting things, You just look at something somebody else has and you just think, man, it must be nice, I know how it is, and Lord's helping me with those things. A while back I made a video and I ended up taking it down real fast, and it was I was pretty distraught and upset at the time. It had to do with my wife leaving me. 3 days ago was our 28th anniversary. Would have been our 28th anniversary, but 5 months ago my wife left me. And it was the toughest thing I've ever been through in my life. I mean, it was literally like dying inside. And I won't lie, I went to a pretty dark place for a while. It was heartbreaking. It was totally traumatic for me. It was I tried to hide it from everybody, and I had, some pretty dark thoughts. It's only the help and grace of God and His mercy that sustained me through it, and also it was a close friend, my friend John Peter, who you see in a lot of my videos recently, going out street preaching with me. He was a real good spiritual coach, and he just held me up when I was weak and needed strength. He just kept standing behind me saying, come on, you're gonna make it, come on, you can do it. And I love that brother. Sometimes bad things happen. They just happen, and we want to clear cut. It's got to be a reason. We want a clear reason why this happened. Sometimes you're not going to find one. Sometimes there just isn't a reason. The reason she gave me was because, he had had a severe medical issue, went to the hospital, was in ICU, almost bled to death. They had to do blood transfusion. Long story short, when he was finally being discharged, he literally had nowhere to go. He was about to be just booted straight from being in ICU to being homeless on the street. And as a follower of Christ, I'm not going to have that. I can't, especially your best friend who's been there. He's been a part of my life for at least 32 years, And so I told him I didn't have much to offer. I could give him a place in my living room. I could set up a cot literally in my living room. That was all I had to offer him, but that was better than shivering in the cold in the street, you know. And so I wanted to help him get back on his feet. My wife was against it. She didn't want a big cot in the middle of her living room, and she told me I had to get rid of him or she was going to leave. And so, long story short, the day before she was supposed to move out, I came up with a plan for a place he could go without being homeless. But when I told her the plans, she moved out anyway, which told me that wasn't the real reason she was leaving. I don't know why she left. Sherry is a very smart woman, and so it just baffles me why she would think that I would believe that excuse why she left. You know, I mean, come on, who leaves their husband for being kind to someone in need? You know, it just doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand why she would even think that I would accept that answer, you know. And I gotta be honest, you know, when you go through something like this, you kind of go through a conspiracy theory mode. You know, you try to come up with every possible reason. Maybe she is having an affair. Maybe she's seeing another guy. You know, you have all these conspiracies, and at the end of the day, if I really am honest with myself, I have to admit that's all they are. It's just conspiracy theories in my own mind. I don't know why she left, and I maybe never will know. She served me with divorce papers. The day before Christmas, I received them. Merry Christmas, you know. I love her. And I just want to say this to anybody out there that might be going through a similar situation. Just don't kill yourself trying to fix it, trying to figure out why. Just try it. I mean, some things you just can't fix. And I just trust God in all of this. Sure, it's scary. You know, it's real scary to think that everything in your life is suddenly going to change. Everything is going to be different. It's pretty scary. A pretty scary thought. I mean, you're going to, you know, your future, you see you're going to be living in a new place. You're going to be sleeping in a new bed. You're going to be probably using a new toothbrush, you know. It's all going to be different. But that doesn't mean it has to be different. Doesn't mean it has to be bad. You're going to make it. You'll figure it out. You'll get through it. And you've got a future. God has a purpose for your life. You know, don't let the devil attack your mind with all those lies like, you know, I'm too old, you know, I'm too ugly, I'm too this, I'm too that. You know, it's all lies. God, you are wonderfully and beautifully created by God for a purpose, and God's got a purpose for you. Don't forget that. Never forget that. If you're going through a time like this, now's not the time And it's real easy to want to do. I mean, now's not the time to want to go hide in your cave and hide from the world. That isolation, that loneliness will creep in like a demon and attack your mind and just really attack you. And now's the time you really need to surround yourself with close friends, or a close friend. I don't care if you have to move them in with you, if you have to ask a friend to let you move in with them for a little while. Now's not the time to be alone. You need a sounding board. You need somebody that's there to help you and strengthen you and hold you up. And that's the way my friend John Peter's been for me. He's just literally, he's been my lifeline to life, man. I can't tell you how much of a blessing he's been to help me through this. And you're going to make it. Don't give up.